Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing fine. So back again to let you know what's happening with our players, and let's start with that big one yesterday. Arsenal shockingly defeating Man City 5-1. That was a really big surprise for everyone. I'm sure Arsenal fans were surprised as much as every other Bad Belle fan. But it was a big scoreline, and we have a certain Super Eagles eligible player, Ean One, running the show for that one, along with other youngsters like Lewis Kelly and the rest. But it was such a good night for them. Everything worked in their favor, and they managed to quiet Man City and Erling Haaland. Considering the whole build up to the game and Haaland's previous statement to Ateta, the whole stay humble and all of the other banters as well. But the most important thing for us right now is that this young man, Ean One, is still eligible to play for Nigerian Super Eagles, but he's also eligible to play for England. And that game yesterday, where he scored, actually saw him set a record as being one of the only three players who have scored, 7 goals and above after just being age 17, in the Premier League. The other two are Wayne Rooney and Michael Owen, who both scored 9 goals, by the time they were 17, and Waneri has now scored 7 goals, in the EPL as a 17-year-old, and he's also what's it called, the third player aside from these two, it's also the second player aside from Wayne Rooney to score against a Premier League reigning champion, and then he's also one of the 5 youngest players to score Pep Guardiola's team in all competitions. So lots of history for this young man. He's for sure a prospect for the future, and I sure hope the NFF scouting team are looking, and are making some moves right now to get this man along with all of the other young stars. Well, let's move on, guys, further, and let me let you know that Gift Orban, scored a goal yesterday, a consolation goal for that matter, as his Hoffenheim side fell by 3-1 to Victor Boniface's Bayern Leverkusen. And as you do know as well, Boniface came back with a goal for that match after he's had to put aside that transfer drama to Saudi Pro League. Boniface was the man that actually opened up the scoring in the 15th minute. Frimpong doubled in the 19th. Schick scored in the 51, and then Ronaldo scored in the 61 before Gift Orban put one back in the 62nd minute, actually just coming in and then scoring the next minute. This is now his second consecutive goal. He scored in the previous game and is also now scored right now for the club, although that goal is not enough to get them any meaningful thing from the match, but it's definitely a good motivation for him to keep scoring. And they are not in a very good place in terms of the league, because they are sitting in 15th position with 18 points, which is not where they want to be. They're just 14, 15, 16, 4 points away from relegation zone. But Gift Orban is very capable of helping them get back to safety. But for our players, of course, Boniface came on and slotted right in, starting the match, playing for 45 minutes, and then got substituted, 1 shot and then 1 goal. And also Nathan Teller played for 42 minutes, and then was subbed in the first half. Just had 1 shot. That was it. Gift Orban, as I mentioned, came in as a cameo appearance, and then grabbed that goal just in the second in just after a minute of his entrance. Played for 28 minutes, 1 shot, 1 goal. But moving away, guys, to the other story, we also have a Super Eagles eligible. We have lots of Super Eagles eligible in this particular video that I want to touch. And this one is Kane Chukwuemeka, the Chelsea midfielder, who is still very much eligible to play for Super Eagles. But he has now moved on a season-long loan to Borussia Dortmund because Chelsea doesn't have space for him to play. They have a lot of players who are not even knowing their left from their right because of how the system is and how clueless they are at the club. So right now Chukwuemeka has joined Borussia Dortmund with an option for a permanent transfer from next season for Chelsea. Sorry, for Borussia Dortmund to receive over 40 million pounds. If they want to make it permanent. According to the report, Dortmund will be covering all of the salary for this young man. So it's good to see him move. At least he gets the chance to represent and then play. Try to revive his future and progress from there. And then we have the likes of Ean One, who's gradually close to joining Michael Carrick's Middlesbrough, who are playing in the Championship. And of course, it's no news now. Ean One has been unable to settle in Sevilla, so the Sevilla side are looking to, push him out and have him play somewhere else since he's not getting them the result. So right now, he's looking to go out to the club on a loan and then spend the rest of the season there. So today is actually the transfer deadline day, so we might be seeing a lot of things go down today, including all the Nigerian Super Eagles players make some moves. So Ean One is really close, and we'll see in the coming hours whether it will materialize. And then moving on, Alvaro Morata has now joined Galatasaray from AC Milan, and this has now been confirmed by the club, in their official website, announcing that he has passed his medical. So big competition for Victor Osimhen, who is still at the club. But there's no fear whatsoever. We know what Osimhen is capable of doing. Whenever his fit is definitely going to, show that he can play. He's going to show with his abilities. But that's not just it. Osimhen actually, is in the transfer, as we speak, because Chelsea have reportedly entered another, late negotiations with Napoli as they try to get Osimhen outside. They try to get Osimhen to their club on a loan, kind of double loan. He's in loan at Galatasaray, but Chelsea are looking to negotiate with Napoli and having come on loan to their club for the remainder of the season with an option to buy. So they are looking at getting him on a loan and then paying his full transfer fee from next season. But we'll see. A lot of things will go down this transfer season. But let's wait, and see what's going to happen. And aside from that, guys, Coach Eric Shaw is also in the news. And of course, this week, as I said in the last video, we get to see what he is going to talk about with the NFF, and lots of stakeholders have been, commenting about Coach Eric Shaw's chances with the forthcoming games, later next month. And speaking of Coach Eric Shaw and his responsibility, with the Super Eagles, there have been some development right now with the Tunisian national team, which is one of the countries or teams that will be playing in the African Cup of Nations 2025 in December. And the Tunisian FA have now started looking for a new head coach in preparation for Coach Eric Shell's Super Eagles in the group stages. So they are looking at signing Kaizer Chiefs head coach Nasreddin Nabi to take over because they want to prepare themselves well and get ready for the Super Eagles. So this is what is happening right now. All the opponents are really gearing up, bracing themselves and tightening their seatbelts, trying to get themselves ready for the Super Eagles. But more of this is going to come out later. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Ninja Food TV and stay tuned for more stories.